Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Maraiah de la Cruz, and for today's video we're going to be talking about things you should do pre-conception. So prior to you planning to conceive, prior to you actually doing the baby dance, the horizontal mambo, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I've heard it a whole bunch of different ways doing my research and in this whole journey up to this date. You've talked to your husband, you've talked to your significant other, and you're saying, hey, I think it's time we start trying to have a baby. In that process or in that journey, maybe you've talked about it. That's when you should start doing a few of these things that I'm going to be talking about. And I actually have more than 30 points to this whole list because there's so much that some things you never really learned about. Some things I didn't really know until I read 10 different books all about preconception, fertility, and all those kinds of things. So I'm just going to break this up into several different videos. I think I'm going to go maybe 10 points at a time. So I'm going to talk about the 10 points in no particular order that you should do or consider doing prior to trying to conceive. The first thing you should do is to talk to your significant other. You don't want to just, start having a baby and you didn't really talk to your significant other about it, and he's not ready, she's not ready, you're both not ready. You gotta look at your finances. I know finances, that's one of the biggest things that prevent people from starting a family, but you gotta know, having a baby, it's such a blessing, and I can't really say anything more than that. It's truly a blessing to have a child. I do not have a child yet, but I know that when that baby is here, or whenever we get pregnant and have that baby, and we truly know it's going to be such a blessing, whether we're financially ready or not. The second thing you want to do is to talk to your doctor and see if there's anything going on in your body that will prevent you from getting pregnant. Don't go to a fertility specialist because you might not even have to go there, and some insurances might not cover fertility specialists or fertility appointments. So just go talk to your doctor. They'll probably do a well women's exam. You can have your husband go to a urologist and see if they could get their sperm counted, check the motility, and get all the percentages on that to see if everything is good to go. So when you're going to your well women's exam, that's when you would get your pap smear. You can have them check whatever hormones you got, make sure all the levels are normal, nothing is out of the ordinary, because they'll probably check your, I know when I went in for my physical, or my well women's exam, physical is what they call it here, I don't know if they call it anything different other places, but they checked my luteinizing hormone, my follicle stimulating hormone, it tested my estrogen level, and then my progesterone, and everything so far came back normal. There's no cancer that has been detected through the pap smear, which is good to know. All the cells came back normal, nothing out of the ordinary. But I have an irregular period. Since I know I have an irregular period, I wanted to make sure I got everything checked out, so that's why I went to the doctor. I got everything checked out, and so far everything's normal. And since everything's normal, through blood tests and blood work, now I have to go in to do a sonogram, ultrasound, or whatever they're going to do, and that appointment is going to be in the next couple of weeks. And I think this 2-week wait just to go to a doctor's appointment is taking a lot of mind space on me. So the next point on my list is to get on a healthy lifestyle routine. I know for me, prior to my wedding, I already started going through the whole routine of getting in better shape, toning up for my wedding, losing some weight. I know when I got my first dress fitting last year February, I think it was February, or last year January, February time, up until August, July, when I had to do my last fitting, I actually lost between 4 and 6 sizes, which is crazy. My seamstress was also surprised when she had to take my dress in 2 different times. And that could have probably played a big part in my period being irregular. I also went on an extreme diet. I cut out a whole bunch of different things that are bad, processed sugars, like fats that are not good for you. I cut out some caffeine. I drank 1 cup of coffee a day, and even up until this day I only drink not even a cup of coffee anymore. So you want to eat better. You want to eat a lot of vegetables. Fish is good. Don't eat too much fish, but fish is good. Some fatty fishes are good because that has omega-3s, DHAs, which is good for brain health. You also want to limit or completely cut out caffeine and alcohol. I would say limit your caffeine. If you really love coffee, limit your caffeine to, you know, if you drink 4 or 5 cups a day, you know, not dilute it, but you tone it down, wean off of it, fade off of it every couple of weeks. So if you drink 5 coffees, next week drink 4, next week drink 3, following week 2, and then go down to 1. And then, like right now, I only drink about half a cup of coffee to a cup of coffee a day, which is crazy because I would drink 1 in the morning or 4 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 1 at night. I'm huge on coffee. I completely stopped drinking alcohol my wedding day, which is crazy. That was the last drink. That's the first drink I had as a married woman, and the last drink I had as a married woman. I have not touched or drank any alcohol to this day. Also do some light exercising, and light exercising is like walking around the mall. Swimming is really good. Something that's low impact. Low impact exercising is really good during pregnancy. Doing some exercising that's even high impact prior to pregnancy is great. So like tennis, I know I play tennis, volleyball. And then when you know you're pregnant, then you want to like maybe cut it down to medium impact, light impact sports, or light impact exercising. 3 of my favorite exercises, and I think these are all medium to light exercising. I like to clean, so I'm going all over my apartment. I clean like every single day except Saturday and Sunday, unless my husband wants to clean with me. But I clean pretty much every single day. I'm running around the house, you know, sweeping, mopping. Another one I like doing is cooking, because you're going all around the kitchen. It's warm in the kitchen, so you're sweating. But I don't know if that counts as exercising, but I like cooking as exercising, cooking, cleaning. And my most favorite way of exercise, that takes, like, there's no tools needed. You don't gotta go to a gym. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. I recommend you doing it in the comfort of your own home. And you know, you can do it maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes out of your day, out of your night, twice a day if you want to. And that's sex. You can lose a lot of calories in there. You know, you tighten your core a lot of the times when you're having sex. Sometimes it takes some arm strength, leg strength. It takes a lot of core strength, that I'm telling you it does. But that's one of my favorites. Favorite ways of exercising. So yeah, start tracking and get to know your cycle. For me, I figured out what my cycle was like prior to me planning to start, or while we were planning to start trying, like prior to actually trying. But you know, yeah, the planning process. I figured out what my cycle was like. I have probably like 100-day cycle on average to this day, and it's kind of crazy, and I don't know why it's like that, but you know, I'm figuring things out. That's why I went to a doctor. There are 3 different ways you can track your cycle and figure out when you're ovulating. One is using OPK test kits, and I'll link a video that I posted in the iCards. I think it's on this side, on the iCards, or down below in the description box. Second way is to use a BBT thermometer. That doesn't make sense. To use a basal body thermometer, and that tracks your internal body temperature at a resting rate to like the 10th of a degree, which is crazy because it only takes a half a degree to a full degree to tell you if you've ovulated. And whenever you do the BBT testing, you want to make sure you test in the morning, right before you move your second muscle, before you get out of bed, before you brush your teeth, before you do anything. You just want to roll over, grab your thermometer, put it in your mouth, and just wait for it to beep, because that's when it'll tell you, you know, temperature's up, or temperature's down, whatever. But you want to make sure you take it around the same time, at best the same time. I know me, it varies about half an hour when I wake up, but so far my temperature has been pretty consistent, and then I get a huge spike, and right now my temperature has been up for the past couple of days. So probably ovulated. I probably ovulated. The third thing, and it's the most TMI thing, that's kind of like, I was kind of scared to do this the first time I heard of it, and then I started doing it and I'm like, okay, I see what's up now. And that is to check your cervical mucus. Yeah, cervical mucus. I did not know that was called cervical mucus. I just always thought that's just like, I know it's like the technical term or medical term is vaginal discharge, but I didn't know that it could actually tell you when you haven't ovulated. That's crazy. And I'll think about posting another video regarding cervical mucus, regarding all these 3 different ways to check if you've ovulated or not. That's just a little TMI. I don't know how to show those things, but I'll do my research and maybe I'll post a video on that. If I did, I'll think about it. I'll think about it a lot. My next point is to start taking prenatal vitamins. It's recommended to start taking prenatal vitamins 3 months before you actually start doing the baby dance. But once you, like, say you've just, like, we're gonna start trying tomorrow, you want to start taking your prenatal vitamins right away, as soon as possible, because it helps with, you know, fetal growth, it helps brain growth, cells, it just helps keep everything normal and healthy. And you want really good baby organ development, brain development, bone development. You want everything to go as smooth as possible. I don't know exactly how everything works with each single vitamin you take, but you know, you just want to talk to your doctor which vitamins are good for you. I know you can go to Target, you can get them in single tablets, you can get them in gummies. I know for me, because I've been taking vitamins for the past, I don't know, 6-7 years already, I didn't know I was taking prenatal vitamins until I actually looked them up. So I've been taking these vitamins for years already without even knowing. And then I just added a few other like extra dosages of certain vitamins. I have a list here so that I don't forget. But you want to take, these are just like the main vitamins I recommend taking. There's so much more vitamins you can take in addition to this. But these are a few that I'm going to mention, which is vitamin C, D, and E to support your immunity. I know D helps with bone strength. I don't know what E does really, I just know you got to take it. Folic acid, you want to take folic acid. I think there's another one that's like folate, but folic acid, you want to take iron and omega-3 and DHAs. Those are the main vitamins I recommend taking. Omega-3 and DHAs help with brain development. So my next point, and this is something I'm currently working on, and I'm actually going to be sending an email to my job, to my manager, you know, stating this is what's going to be happening. I'm just taking care of myself and my body to get it ready for what needs, you know, for what's going to happen in the next couple of months or weeks or days or something. But it's to de-stress. I work in a school and I have to help manage a site of more than 200 kids. What that means is that there's a lot of stress that goes on. Kids get hurt, you got to talk to the parents, kids start fighting, there's bullying, there's, you know, a whole bunch of things. Some kids just don't want to listen, and it's just stress. I'm trying to give myself less hours of work there. I do have a home business that kind of matches what I make at work. So I'm debating. I know I want to keep my job there because I have a lot of fun working with kids, but you know, oh man, it's just a whole bunch of stress. So I'm gonna see if I could just work a few days a week instead of 5 days a week, and we'll be all good. Number 6 is to record your journey. Not a lot of people tell you to record your journey. You want to record your symptoms, you know, like throughout the day, write in your phone or keep a little tiny notepad with you and be like, I feel nauseated today. Write it down. I just got a headache and this is not normal for me. Write it down. I can normally drink caramel iced coffee, But oh man, this caramelized coffee is not making me feel good. Write it down, because if this is something that's out of the ordinary for you, it could, one, mean you're pregnant. It could be, two, mean your body is like, something's going on with your body. You got a cramp and you don't normally get cramps, and maybe you only get cramps during your period, but you got your cramp and there's no period. You want to write some of these things down, because sometimes these could mean you're pregnant, and some could mean you're ovulating. So you want to write things down, record your journey, take pictures if you want to. I know for me, I've been taking pictures of pretty much everything, and I will post some pictures on my Instagram eventually. I'm not posting anything yet, because a lot of family follows me on Instagram, so I haven't been posting anything on Instagram. Not a lot of family follows me on YouTube. So my next point is to get more sleep. A lot of, like, your body just needs rest. Your body, your organs, your body just needs to not rehydrate, but it needs to rejuvenate itself, because sometimes if you don't get any sleep, your body doesn't get any rest, and then you get tired, and then your body just can't function right. You want to make sure your body is functioning good, so get some sleep. I know for me, I had that huge problem. I would sleep at 2-3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and I would wake up at 7-8 o'clock, and that's only maybe 4 hours of sleep. And lately, for some reason, I've been sleeping at 12, before 12. I know I've been sleeping before 1, which is crazy for me because I normally sleep a lot later than that. But get some sleep. That also helps with stress. Get a little bit more sleep. At least 6 hours. 6 hours of sleep is good. 4 hours of sleep is cutting it. I've already talked about this next point, but I'm going to mention it again because I have a little bit more detail in this. Is to visit your doctor, talk to your doctor. You want to start getting comfortable with your doctor, because once you're pregnant, you're probably going to be seeing them a lot. Get comfortable with an OBGYN, because you're going to start seeing them a lot too. And say your first couple appointments you feel totally uncomfortable with your OB or your doctor, that's the time you probably want to start switching doctors a lot earlier in your pregnancy than later, because you don't want to switch doctors in the middle of your pregnancy and your new doctor has to relearn everything about you. I mean, some doctors could, but I think it's better to switch doctors earlier in your pregnancy than later in your pregnancy, because then it just means, for one, less stress, and your doctor that you've already got comfortable with pretty much knows everything about you. So get any blood work done that you need, like, you know, get your blood work tested to see if there's anything abnormal, your hormones tested. Just get everything tested. Okay, so this comes down to my final point for this video, because I already know that this video is a little bit longer than I actually anticipated it to be. But go to the dentist. Not a lot of people tell you to go to the dentist, but you want to avoid getting x-rays while you're pregnant. And a lot of times when you go to the dentist, there's like a lot of x-ray machines around. They might ask you to get an x-ray, and that's really bad for the baby. That's really bad for your uterus and your fetus. It's just bad for your baby overall, and you want to avoid that. So get some oral dentistry. Get some teeth work done if you need to. Get some cleaning done if you have to. Make sure they check your gums, because gum diseases or bad gums is just bad overall for your body. Making it goes to your heart. And I didn't know that. And last year before my wedding, I think it was before my wedding, I actually got my teeth pulled in the back, because I didn't realize how bad it, like, the root was in my gums. I didn't realize how bad it was. Until I went to the dentist. So they pulled it out. Everything's all good now. So dentist checked off. Anyways, that is it for this video. I'm gonna post another video, a sequel to this video, because I have more points to mention about preconception tips, and not tricks, but just tips, and not considerations, recommendations for you to consider doing prior to you actually planning to, or prior to you conceiving. So that is it. I love you guys so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any tips and tricks to share. And that's pretty much it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.